And before we get into, yeah, it could be a Muppet Show reboot. I don't really know how well received the last Muppet Show was on ABC. I never watched it. I think I watched one episode. I've never really been a fan of the Muppets. I mean, they're okay. But I'm not like a hardcore Muppet fanboy, if that makes sense. But before we get into the main topics for today, we do have an update regarding everyone's favorite audio animatronic, Buzzy, from Cranium Command. This update was provided to us by WDW News Today. Links will be in the description below. Now, I'm sure you guys remember us reporting last week that Buzzy was stolen straight from Cranium Command. Yeah, big gasp, everybody. It's a very sad time for all of the Buzzy fanboys out there in the world. I don't think anybody knew that Buzzy existed up until he got stolen. Unless you were like an original fan of like Cranium Command, because I had no idea what or who Buzzy was until it was, you know, all over Twitter that he got robbed of his rightful throne up in the Cranium Command center piece. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Shaden says he's got some stuff to say in the waiting room. We'll get to him after we go through all the brand new details. After these messages, we're going to a quick commercial break, you guys. But yeah, we'll get to the waiting room. You know, we haven't used the waiting room in a while. I guess if you guys have anything you'd like to say to Buzzy, whether it be how Buzzy changed your life in any way, shape, or fashion, why you love Buzzy, or if you just have any opinions on the recent theft itself, go ahead and hop in the waiting room on our Discord. Excuse me, on our Discord server. Yeah, we'll get to that after we finish reporting or giving out the sweet details on all of this. So, like I said, last week Buzzy was stolen. You guys all remember that. This current week, a new police report was released that suggests that his red jacket, green cap, and also his hands, you guys, were stolen between August 1st through the 8th of 2018. And the estimated value is upwards of $500 for all of the items combined. So, before Buzzy was even stolen himself, he got dismembered. His hands were stolen. And he was also naked when he was stolen. So that just makes it even more sad, in my opinion. Earlier this month, a suspect was questioned regarding the clothing theft. Initially, the suspect refused to hand over his phone, but he was detained and the phone was taken. The suspect has not been charged with the theft of the clothes, nor the figure by the Orange County deputies, but was charged with resisting arrest without violence. So, yeah, more details on Buzzy. And there was also a new image. Well, I guess I'll switch to the police report. If you guys can read that, you'd have to like screenshot it and zoom in if you want to be able to read the police report, just because it's so tiny. I can't even make out the words from here on my screen. But that's the police report of the theft of his clothes and his hands. I feel so bad for Buzzy. He didn't have any hands. But there is also a new image provided by Mickey Views, provided to him by an anonymous source. And I guess this is supposed to be the big ol' connector cord, I guess, that goes in his back that controls him. And as you can see, that is like, it doesn't even look like it was like sawed or like cut through. It looks like it was bitten off. At least in my opinion. So
you're saying that the naked Buzzy animatronic had his cord bit off?
It did. That's what it looks like to me. Unless it was like a giant who snuck in Cranium Command and like put Buzzy, wrapped him in his mouth and like just chomped down a few times on the connector cords and just like ripped it off, and then yeah, he was eaten and then swallowed. That's always an option, you guys. So I don't think there's also been any concrete confirmation that he was actually stolen. I've been trying. It's a very confusing situation, you guys. I've been trying to follow it all on Twitter and of course on WDW News Today. I don't think there's been well, besides the police report that was revealed. We do know for sure that his clothes were stolen and his hands were stolen. Poor Buzzy. I can't even imagine how scared he must have been when he was naked without any hands. He couldn't even like punch to defend himself, because he didn't have any hands. But yeah, as far as I know, so far the only concrete information we have on Buzzy is that his clothes and hands were stolen. Of course, these details could change in the future, and we will update you on any new developments regarding Buzzy in future episodes of Matterhorn Mondays. So, or if you guys have any information yourself that you'd like to reveal straight to us, I guess you can DM me on Twitter or on Instagram, or I guess you can email me, ytmatterhornmat.com. Any really means of communication that you have, it would be greatly appreciated if you helped in the aid of finding the Buzzy animatronic. But yeah, like I said, there's no, as far as I know, no concrete information that he's actually been stolen. This image just could have been taken, like a couple days ago when the Imagineering or whatever decided to take him out and I guess put him, what was the term they were using? Put him in not in like storage, but you guys know what I mean. They could have Disney could have removed him himself. But yeah, hashtag save Buzzy, everybody. Hashtag find Buzzy on Twitter. If you guys have any new information, please come forward to either us or the Orange County Police Department, because Buzzy is missing and he needs to be found. He's missing his family so much, I can tell. Just by the look on his face, just look at that beautiful face. Look at him. Who would steal this precious soul? He wasn't doing nothing wrong. He was just sitting there trying to take a nap. But anyways, that's it for Buzzy. Hope you all enjoyed listening about Buzzy. But yeah, moving on to our main two topics. Let's see. A new video was released of Galaxy's Edge and its two attractions during the Disney Parks Magical Christmas Parade on Christmas Day, which, before we get into this, I'd just like to say that the Disney Parks Magical Christmas Parade is one of the worst things I've ever watched. I only tuned in for like, oh no, okay, I completely forgot Shaden was trying to say something. So we'll move him in from the waiting room. Hello, I definitely did not forget that you had something to say regarding Buzzy. Is he there? Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. So, what do you have to say regarding Buzzy the animatronic? Are you here to confess, or are you here to just pay your respects to Buzzy?
I'm here to destroy them with facts and logic.
Okay, perfect.
As they would say. So the Cranium Command room that it's all being placed in is so bent out of shape that we're not even sure what happened to the animatronic, but we think that the hypothalamus animatronic, which is a separate animatronic that was not stolen, or maybe it wasn't stolen, I don't know. We think that it was archived, but I think that the Buzzy situation is really interesting because of how badly out of shape the entire building is. Because even if they were to steal Buzzy, it probably wouldn't function. They did some testing, I think it was either in August or July in the Wonders of Life Pavilion, to see how the animatronic would function, and they could get some fluid movement out of it, but not very much. Most of it was jerky and broken up. So whoever out there has the Buzzy animatronic, whether it be the archives or some random collector, it's pretty much just a statue at this point. And it has no clothes.
I mean, I guess you could always tailor new clothes specifically for Buzzy, but, well, thank you. Is that you're not going to confess or anything?
I made a sculpture of hypothalamus.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but... Oh, that was... You were talking about the animatronic. Okay. I'm just out of whack today. But anyways, thank you so much for bringing forth this information. Again, if you guys have any other information regarding Buzzy, please come forward. Preferably not to us. I said you could DM us, but I guess it would be much better if you just went straight to, I guess, like the police department. I don't know. Who would you even call if you like saw like Buzzy in like the back of a pickup truck driving around the interstate in Florida? I guess you could call the police, right? But they probably wouldn't even know what a Buzzy is. Hey there, Mountaineers. Hope you enjoyed this short excerpt from the recent podcast, and if you did, be sure to check out the full episode. The link will be in the description.